Most players never really venture beyond standard tuning and miss out on some of the bluesiest sounds ever. I stuck to standard tunings for years because retuning just honestly seemed like a pain, and on the rare occasion that I would retune, I felt so lost that it just did not seem worth the effort. I went back to my comfort zone, but that was a mistake, and it's one that a lot of guitar players make, and when we do that, we miss out. So today, I'll show you an alternate tuning that opens up a dark bluesy sound that you just can't get any other way, and I'll show you where to focus on the fretboard so that you have everything you need to start playing the blues in this tuning. Grab your guitar and let's dig in. When we play major chords on the guitar, they give us a sound that's bright. And on the other hand, when we play minor chords, we get that darker sound. And it's all because of the third interval of the chord. It's either 4 half steps away from the root of the chord for a major sound, or just 3 half steps away for a minor chord. And that one note makes such a huge difference in music. And the tuning that we're going to explore here, the one that Skip James called cross note tuning, leverages that minor sound. So let's tune the guitar to an open D minor chord. Coming from standard tuning, your 6th string will be tuned to E. We're going to bring it down a full step to D. This is a D note, and that's now the root of our chord. We're tuning to open D minor after all. The 5th string stays the same at A. The 4th string stays the same at D. And the 3rd string, that's the important string that gives this the minor character, the minor quality, that's coming down from G to F. So it drops a full step. The 2nd string drops a full step from B in standard down to A. This is A. And then finally, the 1st string drops from E to D. And this gives us a nice big D minor chord just by strumming across all 6 strings open. If that seems like a lot to remember, then think of it this way. We can group the strings because there's really just 3 notes that we need here. We've got 3 Ds, that's the outer 2 strings and the one that stays the same. We've also got 2 As, that's the 5th string staying the same, and the 2nd string. And then finally, we've got the one that gives it that minor quality, the 3rd string, coming down to F. So you can think of it as 3 Ds, 2 As, and 1 F. You can also think of the acronym DADFAD, D-A-D-F-A-D. But now with so many strings changing, what you know in standard tuning is just not going to work, right? Well, maybe. Yes, we lowered the pitch of 4 of the 6 strings just to get into this tuning, but think about what we did on the top 3 strings. We lowered each of them by a whole step. G down to F, B to A, and finally E down to D. We lowered each of them by the same amount, and that means we're able to use many of our favorite standard tuning licks in cross note. We just focus on the top 3 strings. Same spot, just a lower pitch. So let's see how we can use the most useful blues lick ever in this tuning. The train whistle lick, definitely one of the most useful licks that you can play in acoustic blues. It's in the same spot in open D minor as it is in E standard. Here at the 8th fret 2nd string and the 7th fret 1st string. We can play the open 6th string and let that drone while playing some brush ups and giving that 2nd string a little bend. That's one thing you can do here, but you can also separate out the notes and even incorporate some neighboring notes, like this 9th fret on the 1st string. Or the open strings, which really give you some space and time to shift positions and bring on some other parts of the fretboard. That train whistle lick up high paired with the open 6th string is great, but there's another spot where this tuning really shines, and there's a little bit of a hint using that open string. So let's move down to the open position and see what we can find there. In the open position, focus your licks around the notes at the 3rd fret. With, of course, the open strings, and the 2nd fret works really well as a connector. Take a minute and just play through those frets with the open string along each string. I like to pair that one with the open second string, because that's really like going up 3 notes right in a row and hitting that really cool part of the blues scale. But this 3-2 open works really well. 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and the open strings. It's a goldmine for licks and phrases that you can create in this tuning. Get comfortable with these 2 spots doing what I like to call focused noodling. We all love noodling, right? Just move around within these positions. Try not to play a specific lick or riff, and don't be afraid of hitting some wrong notes. That's valuable feedback. And yeah, you're noodling, but you're noodling with focus, and that's going to help you get familiar with each position on its own before we take the next step. Once you get the lay of the land in each position, connect these 2 spots by creating your own jam. Let this dark tuning do the work for you. Leverage the growl of the 6th string and the sad sound of that minor 3rd. And then explore changing chords to help move the piece along. Here's an example that I came up with that I'm going to break down for my BGI members later this week in the extended cut. You can join us at the link in the description. Earlier I mentioned that focused noodling helps you get comfortable with new tunings, but the thing is, simple fingerpicking techniques can make any tuning come alive. So grab my free fingerpicking quick start guide to learn essential picking techniques that you need in any tuning. Click right here to get instant access. Until then, practice smart and play on.